Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And today's the day we're here. We're here in the grand final, the big dance. We've knocked off Canberra, we've knocked off the Dragons, and here we meet Melbourne in the grand final once again. And now it's time. So for the third time in history, Manly and Melbourne meet in a grand final. Melbourne got the upper hand in 07 before Manly in 08 set the highest score ever in a grand final, winning 40 points to nil. And here we meet yet again. Both teams stacked with superstar talent. But our boys, our lineup, yet again unchanged, as we will be heading into this grand final with some momentum, with some consistency, but we are taking on the Melbourne Storm. And that is never an easy task, so we look at their lineup running out, and we have our work cut out for us as the boys look to line up. And DCE leads them out, Tom Trbojevic behind him. And the boys get ready for the biggest game of the year. We've met twice in the regular season, and both times Manly have gotten the upper hand, so we do have 2 wins on Melbourne. But that means nothing leading into this grand final, as Melbourne will want revenge for both 08 and for those 2 times in the regular season as the boys line up for the national anthem. This Manly outfit looking very, very strong, but so too the Melbourne outfit. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready as we look to get this grand final underway. We've waited long enough. Munster getting ready to kick off first, so we will be receiving first, meaning we'll be kicking off in the second half. Munster drills this one downfield, lands with DCE, he gives it off to Marty Tapau for the first run of the grand final, and strong defence there from Melbourne. They drive him back a few metres. We send this one out to Tommy Turbo, he gets a fend away, makes some post-contact metres as well, but that's tackle 2. We send this one off to Foran. No runner's able to run onto that one there, so he takes it himself. Garrick with the ball in the middle of the field. Short ball out to Tom Trbojevic. This has been a great defensive set from Melbourne as this is 4th and we're in our own end. We look to kick early. The kicks come off Melbourne, they've regathered, and a terrible start. Melbourne with the ball early. They look to send it infield. They get the pass away, short ball off to Bromwich. But he is taken in the tackle and we will give the penalty away in hope that they take the 2, and they will. Munster will get the first points of the grand final as they go up 2-0. So Melbourne with the first 2, looking to get that buffer if this is a tight one, but we are hoping to blow them out of the water here in the grand final. Garrick will run this one infield looking for a gap, but there is no space there and Garrick is held. Tackle 1, 20 out from our own line. Great set from Melbourne there. We send this one off to Olakau'atu. He takes the hit up and gets some post-contact metres, and he'll be tackled around 30 out from our own line. Tapau straight up the middle. He finds a gap. Met by the fullback as we look for a set play as the fullback isn't there. Going to try and get a line break. Foran out to Parker. Well read there from the Melbourne edge defence as we are unable to get the line break. But we send this one back to the middle, and Jake Trbojevic is straight through, meets the fullback, and again, Hines will have to make the tackle. Interesting by Melbourne to put Nico Hines in fullback instead of Pappenhausen. But DCE puts the grubber in there, tries to link up with some support, and Jason Saab will get the offload away, doesn't go to ground with it. But Olakau'atu will take the tackle, but that's a great set. We've put them down in their own end and they'll have to bring it out now. They give this one off to Munster. Short ball to Addo Carr, and he is held there. The boys need to muscle up in defence now, as that's a huge run from Nelson Asafa Solomona, and he is going to be an absolute handful in this grand final as he was the last time we met. But Munster wrapped up, and that's 5th and last. And they just creep into our half, but not by much. They'll give this one back to Olam, who will kick down for Jason Saab. Great kick as he turns Saab around, and they pin us in our own 10 metres. So that is a great set from Melbourne as we'll try to bring it out. DCE with the ball, sends this one off to Schuster. Inside to Jake Trebojevic and he's through. Meets the fullback yet again. We've had a few line breaks this game already. As Foran with the ball. Sends this one out to Olakawatu. Harper. Can't get the fend away, can't get it off to Saab either. So he'll go to ground with it. DCE. Sends this one. Risky short ball out to Fainu. Bit of a hospital pass there. This is fourth. And Aloye looks to settle it in the middle of the field so we can try and come up with something on fifth. We get the ball back to DCE. He puts the grubber in yet again. Beautiful kick in field. Gets the ball off to Manasi Fainu and he'll score the first try of the grand final. And Manasi Fainu backing up his skipper. DCE did this last game in the preliminary final. Beautiful heads up play. Beautiful set piece by DCE to get the kick behind the defensive line, but in front of the fullback, finds Manasi Fainu to link up with him. And we go in for the first try of the grand final. Garrick looking to convert an easy kick from in front. And we will go up 6 points to 2 to take the lead for the first time in this grand final. Good to be first try scorers here in this grand final, as Kepi looks to take the first run of the restart. Both markers offside here. Manasi Fainu takes advantage of that. Straight from dummy half, got around one, but Nico Hines wraps him up. But that means the fullback is not back to defend, so we'll look for a line break play. Instead, Melbourne get the ball. It was touched by Melbourne, but the ref does not call played at, and instead they will get the ball. And that is not the set we need after points, as Kafusi now takes the tackle, and that's tackle 2. They're 10 metres out. They bring it back to the middle. Inside ball to Finucane. His last game with Melbourne. And that is third. Can we defend our line? Bromwich getting close. That's tackle 4. We really need to muscle up now, as that's a great tackle. Keep the big man on his feet. This is fifth and last. They send the grubber through and it's cleaned up by Olakawatu. And we do survive the set. Great defensive effort from the boys there. As we'll give this one to Morgan Harper, who throws it inside to Tom Trebojevic. But Melbourne, with all the momentum at the moment, we send this one infield to Kepi. And he will take the hit up there. Struggling to get out of our own end. As DCE gets the ball away, but again it's knocked down by Melbourne. But this time we do come up with it. Looking a bit clunky in our attack, as we haven't had too many opportunities in their 20. As that's a beautiful ball out to Morgan Harper. Just pressing on the edges. Trying to make our way up the field. As halftime is not far away now. We send this one to the left. Josh Schuster out to Brad Parker. He's through a gap. Gets the line break. Had Garrick in support, but a lucky ankle tap from Nico Hines there. He's not necessarily back now, as Garrick looks for a run from dummy half. And he's been squashed in that tackle. And therefore he comes up with the error. But so too to Melbourne, as that's a forward pass right before half time. Can we get a try off the scrum play? That is what we're looking for here. Only 3 minutes remaining of the first half. So Brad Parker with the ball. Goes himself. Doesn't risk the pass off to Garrick. Just keeps it instead. Aloye with the ball. Sends it out to DCE. He's wrapped up nicely by the Melbourne defence. That's second. 2 minutes remain. Jake Trebojevic off to Brad Parker. Inside to Kieran Foran. And he will be wrapped up nicely by the Melbourne defence. As we look to shift it back infield. Tom Trebojevic dummies and goes himself. But he'll be tackled around 10 out. This is fourth. We send it back to the left. Jake Trebojevic out to Foran. Beautiful short ball off to Brad Parker. And he'll cross over for the second try of this match. Beautiful variation on the left-hand side. As we take another look. Beautiful short ball from Kieran Foran. Quick hands from that back line. And we do cross over on the halftime siren. And Garrick will take his time with this kick. As we look to go into halftime 12 points to 2. So that brings us to half-time. Very happy with the first half. We're up by 10 at the break. But Melbourne still tryless in this grand final. And that's what I'm most happy about. So we're underway in this second half. The kick comes down to Jerome Hughes, who sends a risky ball out to Nelson Asafa Solomona, but he takes the first hit up for the Melbourne Storm. They send this one left, as Finucane will take the next hit up. That's tackle 2. They look to send it left. Munster gets the ball out to Kafusi, who beats one tackle, but is wrapped up about 45 out from his own line. They send this one back infield. Long ball out to Nelson, and Nelson's through again. Big bump there as he gets rid of Tom Trebojevic, breaks out of a few more tackles, and he gets the offload away. And Melbourne have come out firing in this second half. They are determined to get some more points on the board as Munster sends this one out to Kafusi, and that was a huge gap and he just ran through it. Some really sloppy and lazy defence there as Melbourne hit back straight away. And Munster misses this one here, and it's a 6-point game. So Melbourne showing their intentions early in this second half as they shift it out to Nelson again. He's been very damaging up the middle. And Melbourne get the cheap penalty. They throw the ball into an offside player from dummy half. And they will take what they can get, I guess, as they kick for touch and look to piggyback their way up the field. They shift this one back to the middle. And that'll be tackle 1 through the try scorer Kafusi. To the middle again. Inside ball to Nico Hines. It's a beautiful line break as he is met by Tom Trebojevic, and Tommy gets his man, wraps him up nicely as they shift this one left. And they nearly come up with the error, but it's come off the head of Kafusi, and they maintain possession as they send this one back to the middle again, and Nelson takes another hit up. That is 4th. Melbourne with a great set after points. Send this one out to Josh Addo-Carr, but he's wrapped up beautifully by our right hand side defence, and that is 5th and last. Looking for Harry Grant as Kafusi gets in the way, and they bomb one there, and they turn possession back over to us. But now we have the task of bringing it out of our own end, which will be tough with Melbourne muscling up in defence, as that is tackle 1. DCE sends this one through the hands, Foran with the ball. He'll take the next tackle, and we are still 15 out from our own line. Little scoot there from Manasi Fainu, and we get a 6 again call, which is exactly what we needed. So we'll settle the ball now and look to see what we can do later on in the set. Jake Trebojevic now with a beautiful flat ball out to Brad Parker. He didn't have the support with him, but that's great meters on offer. And we are closing in now. That's 3rd. From dummy half, Ruben Garrick sends a wide ball out, flat again, and Manasi Fainu, he'll cross over for 2 tries in the grand final. He's been an amazing support player down the middle, as we will take a look at the replay off a beautiful flat ball from Jake Trebojevic out to Brad Parker. Didn't have the support with him, but the fullback made the tackle there. So Garrick with the decision to crab across field before sending a beautiful wide ball out to Manasi Fainu, who found the line. And we're up by 10 now, as Garrick looks to put us out by 12 points. And he does, 18 points to 6 with 30 left to go. So definitely going to keep applying the pressure and hopefully get some more points, as it's a beautiful run from Brad Parker straight up the middle. And the boys have been outstanding today, just completing sets and scoring tries as we send this one wide to DCE, out to Tom Trebojevic, but he's held there. We look to send this back infield. Manasi Fainu sends it to Kieran Foran. He's got Josh Schuster with him. Beautiful short ball out to Brad Parker. He's got Schuster back on the inside, but the defence does well to recover. But we are definitely on the front foot now. That's 4th. Toff Sipley out to Manasi Fainu, and he'll take the tackle 25 out, and this is 5th and last. We'll look for Kieran Foran. He'll put the bomb up, not too deep, but we're trying to keep him down here, as that's a beautiful end to the set after points, as Melbourne will look to bring it out of their danger zone, which might not be a problem for them, as Jesse Bromwich with a great run up the middle, just finding the gaps in our defensive line. They send this one left. This has been their attacking side so far this game. Nice line break by Justin Olam, but great work from Tom Trebojevic to wrap him up. That is 5th and last. Munster. He'll put this kick straight down to Jason Saab as he looks for a nice kick return, and he makes it about 15 out from our own line. Manasi Fainu sends it off to Josh Schuster, and Jake Trebojevic will take the hit up as that's second. On the run, Marty Tapau with a big bump. He's straight through, but he's taken by the fullback. But once again, that means the fullback is out of position, so we'll look for a line break. Foreign. Beautiful flat ball off to Brad Parker. Is he going to have the pace? No, he's going to be run down. But great meters there from Brad Parker, and we are definitely on the front foot now as DCE puts the bomb up. Who's under it? Ruben Garrick's there. Gets the bat back to Tom Trebojevic, but that's shut down immediately as Tommy slammed in that tackle. But a great set again as we pin them down their own end. But here's a line break from Melbourne. There's some good meters up the field for them as they look to run it through the middle. They're only down by 2 converted tries, and there is plenty of time left, so we can't write off Melbourne straight away. They look to bring it back in field again. They send it to Big Tui, and he will take the tackle about 40 out. They send it back left again. Kafusi will take the tackle for 5th and last. They look for Munster. He'll kick it down for Ruben Garrick, who takes it about 10 out from our own line. Gets the fend off, but he's tackled there. Great set from Melbourne, but they're going to need more than that if they want to try and make a comeback, because that's a beautiful run from Brad Parker from dummy half. And he will be tackled 40 out from our own line. That's second now. We send it back in field. Paseka off to DCE. Through the hands. Olakawatu to Harper. And he will bring it just into Melbourne's half. Saab now from dummy half. Looking for a gap in the defensive line. He finds one. Meets the fullback. Tries to go around him. He's got support with him, but he'll be tackled 10 out. We have a blindside play here on the left. If we can pull it off, it might be the game. Schuster cut out ball to Ruben Garrick, and he crosses over for a deserving try in the grand final. They're going to go check it in the bunker. He sends it up as no try, but Garrick has certainly grounded this one in field. And that was beautiful work from Josh Schuster down that short edge to cut out Kieran Foran and send a cutout ball to Ruben Garrick. And that's beautiful hands from the back rower. Just gets the winger invested in Foran and sends it out to Garrick. And we cross over yet again, and we may have just wrapped up the grand final there. As Garrick from the sideline. And he puts it straight between the sticks. And we're up 24 points to 6 with 9 to go. 7 minutes to go in this grand final. We're up by 18. It's pretty much ours. But we're not celebrating yet as we're looking for a few more points on the board. That would be nice. Foran drags in the defenders. Gets it out to Ruben Garrick. He's down the sideline. But he's taken there on the 40-metre line. Parker sends this one to Fainu. Big dummy. Steps and goes himself, but he's wrapped up. What can we do on 5th here? Do we have a trick shot up our sleeve? Foran with the ball. Puts the grubber through. Regathers. Nearly tackled. Gets the offload to Paseka. Out to Jake Trebojevic, but that's been intercepted there by the Melbourne Storm. And they will come up with possession as they look to try and get some consolation points, but they can't. As they send this one down to Jason Saab. Looking for a gap in the defensive line for the kick return, but he is held about 20 out from our own line. Final minute of the grand final here. What can we come up with? Schuster puts a grubber through, gets it off to Paseka. He swerves the fullback, and they give away a high tackle. So we will kick for touch and see what we can do with the field position. So we'll only get one play after the tap to see if we can get any more points on the board. But the game is wrapped up and it is ours. Foran off to Jake, and that'll be the game. So ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Manly victorious in the grand final over Melbourne yet again, as we pick up Manly's 9th premiership win. Devastating for Melbourne, but well deserved for Manly, as we've had an amazing season. I hope you've enjoyed watching the episodes just as much as I've enjoyed making them. As DCE rallies the troops together as we get ready for the trophy presentation, and there it is. The skipper hoists it high, and a well-deserved grand final win for this team, and Manly are premiers once again, beating Melbourne in the grand final 24 points to 6, and Manasi Fainu gets man of the match. He is your Clive Churchill medalist. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this episode, and thank you for being a part of this grand final. So that is the career mode done and dusted. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the channel, and I will see you next time.